live here at Eagle Field for game number 6 of this 2026 Central Texas First Pitch Classic. First Responder Broadcasting bring you all things Georgetown Eagle baseball live here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel, and it's because of wonderful sponsors, the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club, King's Pest Control, and CSCT, Construction Specialist of Central Texas, proud sponsors of the First Responder team and the Georgetown Eagle baseball team. Georgetown 5-0 through 5 games. The first time I've seen that in the history of my time here at Georgetown in the First Pitch Classic. They have played all 6A teams, and they are playing well. And now they take on one more to end it. The last game for Georgetown and Fort Bend Clements in the tournament here on day 3 is about to take place. The meeting at home plate with the 2-man umpire crew as Coach Brett Veliquette. And if it said it wrong, I apologize. We worked on names for the team, but I didn't get his name. But it's Coach Brett V for the Rangers. And it is Coach David Durrell and manager Jared Frimmel at home plate with the umpires as we get ready for Game 6. The starting lineups, the national anthem, will be brought to you by the PA announcer, Coach Hammock, in just a minute, so we won't go over the starting lineups. But a lot of changes here for Georgetown as they get some other players into it here in the last game of the tournament. Before we go on the road, the First Responder broadcast team will go with the team and families down to San Antonio for the San Antonio Comal Classic next week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and we'll bring you all the action there on those days for Georgetown baseball. We go to Coach Hammock for today's introductions.
Good morning. Welcome to the third and final day of the 2026 Central Texas First Pitch Classic. This final game today features the Georgetown Eagles and the Clements Rangers. We appreciate everyone coming out this beautiful morning and supporting these young men. Now, the starting lineup for the visiting Clements Rangers. Batting first, playing center field, number 3, Bo Semino. Batting second, playing left field, number 6, Braylon Barnes. Batting third, playing first base, number 44, Tanner Garvin. Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 24, Alejandro Lara. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, number 9, Rayan Mustafa. Batting sixth, second baseman, number 28, Michael Busby. Batting seventh and pitching, number 23, John Riss. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 4, Dante Martinez. Batting ninth, playing right field, number 20, Julius G. And catching, number 15, Nicholas Counts. And now, your Georgetown Eagles, batting first, playing center field, number 6, Cooper Thomas. Batting second, designated hitter, number 8, Connor Young. Batting third and catching, number 12, Caleb McDougall. Batting fourth, playing right field, number 21, Gavin Smith. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 14, Zeke Hernandez. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 24, Easton Smith. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 9, Tillman Brown. Batting eighth, playing first, number 16, Jackson Van Aken. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, number 1, Josue Hernandez. And pitching for the Eagles, number 20, Cody Bradford. If you would, please stand for the national anthem.
back live here at Eagle Field. We get ready for the top of the first inning. It's your Georgetown Eagles and the Fort Bend Clements Rangers out of Sugar Land, Texas, out of 6A Region 3 District 21 in Fort Bend ISD. They come in to take on your Eagles here in the 6th game of the Central Texas First Pitch Classic. The Rangers will be in the white pants, navy blue jerseys, white numerals and lettering on the navy blue jerseys, navy blue helmets with the white C logo on the front of the helmets and hats. Georgetown out of the third base dugout, the home team. White pants, baby blue jerseys, white lettering, white numerals on the back of the baby blue jerseys. The Georgetown blue hats with the white G logo embroidered on the front of that blue baseball cap. Caleb McDougal behind the plate for your Georgetown Eagles to start game number 6. A lot of different substitutions here, as you heard in the entrances announcements for the starting lineup. Cooper Thomas in center field, but in left field, Easton Smith. Cooper Thomas in center. Right field is Gavin Smith. On the infield, at third base, Zeke Hernandez. At short, Josue Hernandez. Tillman Brown at second base. And Jackson Van Aken over at first base for the Eagles. McDougal behind the plate. And Cody Bradford on the mound for the Georgetown Eagles, the junior right-hander, to start off, facing off against Bo Semino, the left-handed hitter for the Rangers. The first pitch from Bradford. We're underway. Ground ball yanked foul down the first base line. 0-1 the count. As Cody Bradford works out of the windup, wearing number 20. Works from the middle to third base side of the rubber. Out of the windup, the left-handed hitting Semino back in, ready to go. Bradford from the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Misses up and away, ball one. 1-1 the count. To the junior, left-handed hitting Bo Semino. Wears number 3. On deck is Brandon Barnes. In the hole, Tanner Garvin for the Rangers. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing. He went. Oh, my goodness. Says he checked the swing and would not allow McDougal to even to check down to the first base umpire. 2 balls and 1 strike to Semino. Show us you're in charge without telling us you're in charge. 2-1 the count. Bradford from the windup. Outside, ball 3. 3-1 the count to Bo Semino, the center fielder for the Rangers, to start off here in the top of the first inning. Wind continues to blow out of the north, left field across to the right field line. Bradford looks in. The 3-1 pitch. Ground ball yanked down the first base line. Jackson Van Aken, the scoop, but just in foul territory. And the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Bo Semino, here in the top of the first inning. Bradford looks in and gets the sign. From the windup, the payoff pitch. Ground ball hit out towards second. Tillman Brown to his right. The scoop, but can't field it cleanly. He's going to have to throw on the run to try to get Semino down the line out of the left-handed batter's box.
Now batting number 6, Braylon Barnes.
We'll see what they try to score that one. And that will bring up number 6, Braylon Barnes, the sophomore. Playing left field for the Rangers. He'll step in from the left side as well. Semino leads off first, held on by Van Aken. Bradford now works out of the stretch with the runner on board from the third base side of the rubber. A throw to first base. Semino dives back in safely there. Semino, C-I-M-I-N-O. Spelling, common spelling there. Over at first base with the leadoff. Still waiting to see if the official scorer will put it up on the board. Bradford comes set. The first pitch to Barnes. He'll square to bunt. Bunts it. Pop fly. But back out of play off the top of the first base dugout for strike 1. 0-1 to count to Braylon Barnes. I may have to pull up Game Changer and see what the official scorer put it in. Bradford looks in and gets the sign from McDougal. Comes set in the stretch. The 0-1 pitch, square to bunt again. Pulls it back and takes it outside for ball one. 1-1 to count. Exactly. It was a very clear sky here earlier. But they have come in to hide the blue sky away. Bradford comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Nope. A throw over to first. Cimino dives back in safely there for the Rangers. No one's giving way over there on the scoreboard. They don't want to rule it a hit or an error. Kind of in between. Delman Brown had to come from the hole at second base all the way towards the bag. Field on the run and try to make a throw to first on the run. Didn't field it cleanly. Throw over to first base. Van Aken. Cimino dives back in safely. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here in the top of the first. On deck, Tanner Garvin, the first baseman for the Rangers. Bradford gets the sign and comes set. The 1-1 pitch, bunts it, popped back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the left fielder, Braylon Barnes. Next week, Georgetown will be in the San Antonio area for the San Antonio Comal Classic, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And First Responder Broadcasting will be there with them to bring you all the action. Bradford comes set. Throw over to first. Cimino dives back in. Georgetown will play on Thursday at Cibolo Still High School. 11 o'clock against Still, and at 1:30 against Sherryland Pioneer. That's on day 1. We'll figure out day 2 in a minute. The 1-2 pitch misses low for ball 2. 2-2 the count. On day 2, we'll be at the Blossom Athletic Center, where Georgetown will play at 10 a.m. against San Antonio Marshall and 12:30 against Marion. Although 11:30 or 11 o'clock and 1:30 on Thursday, 10 o'clock and 12:30 on Friday, and then Saturday will be based on how the team finishes in those first 4 games. The 2-2 pitch, low and away, ball 3, full count here. And back-to-back batters here to lead it off for the Rangers in the top of the first. No outs and a runner at first base. Barnes back in from the left side. Bradford will look in. He'll get the sign from McDougal. Comes set in the stretch. The payoff pitch. Low and inside, ball 4. So 2 runners aboard now with no outs here in the top of the first inning, and that brings up the first baseman, Tanner Garvin. Garvin, the junior, will step in from the right side. I don't know where they're getting these first basemen. Tanner Garvin, full-size grown man, a junior in high school, steps in from the right side. Archibald, Peyton Archibald, the left-handed hitting first baseman from Friendship, a sophomore. And Garvin pulls that one foul off of the batter's building, hitting cages down the third baseline. 0-1 the count. A wind gusting, you can hear it in the crowd, Mike. You see the movement of the center field camera, the wind. Dust blowing back behind the center field wall. As Garvin will take a time and step out. Bradford methodically working here in the top of the first with runners on first and second and no outs. Bradford comes set, a look at second base. 0-1 pitch up over the head of Tanner as he ducks down for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Infield single given to Bo Cimino by me. So officially unofficial. A leadoff single and a walk for the Rangers. As Bradford comes set and a look at second base. The 1-1 pitch to Garvin is high for ball 2. 2-1 to count. First appearance on the mound for Bradford here in this young season as we go into game 6. A lot of scrimmages in the last 2 weeks for Georgetown, but it all started to count on Thursday afternoon or Thursday morning in the 11 o'clock tilt against the Heath Hawks. He got 2-1 pitch. A breaking pitch stayed up and over the head of Tanner Garvin for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Hitters count for the big first baseman here with a 3-1 count. The good thing is if he gets out in front of it and pulls it, it's going to take a man-sized shot to get it out of the left field. With the wind blowing, gusting across the left to right. 3-1 pitch in there for a called strike 2. Nice pitch by Bradford. Kept that one low in the zone, and now a full count. To Tanner Garvin on deck. Alejandro Lara, the DH for the Rangers. Winds out of the north, about 17 miles an hour. Gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Look at second by Bradford. The payoff pitch. Outside corner just misses, ball 4, and the bases are full of Ranger runners with no outs here in the top of the first. Second walk issued by Cody Bradford, and in steps Alejandro Lara. And that will bring a call to the dugout. And here comes pitching coach Chad Payne. He'll go out to talk to Bradford in his infield. We'll take a quick timeout. Eagle Baseball continues in a moment. Here at Eagle Field after the visit to the mound by Coach Chad Payne. And now Bradford will face off against Alejandro Lara, the DH, with the bases loaded and no outs here in the top of the first. The first pitch to Lara. Hit into right field. Gavin Smith will make the catch, and he'll come up and throw it to the cutoff. Jackson Van Aken, it gets through. And now picked up by Bradford. He'll throw to third on a man trying to advance. And Zeke Hernandez unable to apply the tag. And so the throw in from Gavin Smith. Jackson Van Aken let it go to home plate. It was up the line. It got to the backstop. Bradford tried to throw to Zeke at third. And so now 1 run across with 1 out here in the inning. So a RBI sacrifice fly by Lara. F9 in the book for the out. But that scores Semino. And in steps Rayan Mustafa, the shortstop, number 9. From the right side, Mustafa, a junior. First pitch. Takes it in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. So runners at second and third now. Barnes at third, Garvin at second. Mustafa back in from the right side. Bradford comes set, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch up the middle. Into center field, that'll score 1. Tanner Garvin will be held at third. And Van Aken will cut off the throw from Cooper Thomas. And an RBI single for Mustafa makes it 2-0. Here in the top of the first inning. Garvin to third, Mustafa to first on the RBI single. Second run of the ball game on the second hit. Now steps in Michael Busby, the second baseman from the left side with runners on the corners. Mustafa leads off first, being held on by Van Aken. Bradford comes set, and now time called at the plate. We talked about it in a couple of games earlier in the weekend. Tempo of the pitchers will kill or drive a game. And right now, Cody Bradford very methodical, very time-taking and getting the sign, getting it set. And a timeout taken there by Busby. Throw over to first base here, Van Aken. Snags that one as Mustafa dives back in safely. But early, you can see the Clements Ranger batters not liking the tempo, the slower tempo. And so Busby taking the timeout. He'll reset. No balls, no strikes. One out, runners on the corners, two across for the Rangers here in the top of the first. The first pitch pulls the bunt, but takes it back and takes it high for ball one. To Busby, the second baseman, John Rice. Rice, the pitcher, on deck for the Rangers. Only 4 seniors on this Rangers roster. For Coach Brett V out of Fort Bend Clements High School. Bradford comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled off, back out of play behind home plate. 1-1 the count now to Michael Busby. One on one the count, one out to Busby here in the top of the first inning. Runners on the corners. The 1-1 pitch from Bradford. Slashed foul down the third base line, out of play. 1-2 the count to Michael Busby. Busby back in for the left side. Bradford a long look in. Gets the sign from his catcher, Caleb McDougal. Now comes set in the stretch. Bradford will step off. So a long reset. Bradford comes set. Busby ready. The 1-2 pitch. Inside for ball 2. Should be batter interference. He stepped out of the batter's box into the way of McDougal. He was going to throw down on Mustafa that took a late jump. No call there. Busby has one job there, and that's to stay put. And he backed out of the box right into the path of McDougal, who was trying to pick up the ball that popped out of the catcher's mitt. 2-2 the count now to Busby. Mustafa down at second base. Runners at second and third with one out. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch in there for called third strike. Busby out on strikes for the second out of the inning. First strikeout for Bradford. Down looking, strike 3. That'll bring up John Riss, the pitcher. He'll step in from the right side after he writes in the turf nuggets behind home plate. Typically it's in the dirt at a dirt field, but just in the turf here. A meaning to Riss as he steps in here. Runners at second and third, 2 outs at the top of the first inning. Bradford back out of the windup. First pitch to Riss. High up over his head for ball 1. 1-0 the count. The number 7 hitter in the Rangers lineup. Riss back in there. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Garvin off third. Mustafa off second. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball hit out to short. Into left field. And now we'll score the 2 runs. Hernandez went towards the middle. I think the ball got lost in the view of the fielding umpire. And so looking like it was headed up the middle. Hernandez goes to his left. The ball was back towards the shortstop hole into left field for a base hit. Scores 2 runs. Garvin and Mustafa both come in to score on that 2 RBI single by Riss. So he helps himself out there. Number 11, Charlie Eberst, in to run for the pitcher, Riss. The first pitch here just misses for ball 1 to Dante Martinez, the third baseman. 1-0 the count. Four runs across, the 1-0 pitch. Up and in for ball 2, 2-0 the count. Martinez able to check his swing there. Three hits in the inning for the Rangers as Eberst leads off. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Dante Martinez with Julius Gee. G. Have to verify that. G-E-E is how it's spelled. The right fielder on deck. Should Martinez be able to extend the inning? Bradford comes set in the stretch. The 2-1 pitch. In there for a called strike. Throw down behind the runner. Not in time. 2-2 the count now to Martinez, the third baseman. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Dante Martinez with 2 outs and a runner at first. Bradford comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Low and away, ball 3. And the runner's going to take off. He falls down between first and second. He'll be run back to first. The throw to Van Aken. He'll be tagged out. So it'll be caught on the delayed steal. 2-6-3 on the cut stealing. We'll retire Eberst for out number 3. So we come back. Martinez will lead it off in the top of the second as he will renew his at bat for the Rangers. After half an inning, 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. After half an inning, Fort Bend Clements 4. Georgetown coming up to bat when we come back. Stay with us. Eagle Baseball continues in a moment. To Eagle Field for the bottom of the first inning. The Eagles will bring up Cooper Thomas, Connor Young, and Caleb McDougal in the bottom half of the first to face off against John Riss, the starting right-hander for the Cougars. Rangers That's a combination of Fort Bend, Clements, and Rangers together. They're the Cougars. The Rangers, right-hander, works from the first base side of the rubber. From the windup, the first pitch to Cooper Thomas. Sails high for ball one. Riz back on the mound. The 1-0 pitch to Thomas. Sails high, ball two. 2-0 the count. And that pitch at 77 miles an hour from the righty John Riss. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Inside corner called strike one. 2-1 the count. Two and one the count to Cooper Thomas from the windup, the 2-1. That one hit him. And a base runner aboard to lead up the bottom of the first for Georgetown with a hit by pitch. Cooper Thomas. Not the first time he's been hitting this weekend's affair. Not the first time he's been hitting that left elbow. That's the second one up in that left elbow. And in steps Connor Young, the DH here in game number 6 of the first pitch classic. Connor, the junior, steps in from the left side. Throws right, bats left. His wrist moves to the stretch. The first pitch, Thomas off and running. The throw down, not in time as Cooper Thomas slides in easily with the stolen base. Called strike one on Connor Young. So a hit by a pitch and a stolen base has Cooper Thomas in scoring position. Now they put a ball on the I thought I heard him say strike. We'll see what the umpire says, and if we agree. Wrist comes set in the stretch. A look at second base. The pitch. Cooper Thomas running again. The throw down. Not in time again. Cooper Thomas slides away from the tag. At the end of third base. 90 feet away. On back-to-back stolen bases. And that was ball one. So 1-1 to count now to Connor Young. No outs and a runner at third. Eagles trying to scratch a run back here in the bottom of the first after giving up 4 at the top. Wrist comes set in the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Misses outside for ball two. 2-1 the count. Caleb McDougal on deck. Gavin Smith, the right fielder, in the hole for the Eagles here in the bottom of the first inning. Wrist comes set. The 2-1. Fouled off. Back to the screen. 2-2. Connor Young just missed that one. Now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So wrist throws in the upper 70, 75 to 79 miles an hour here in the first couple of batters. Connor Young back ready to go. The 2-2 pitch. Misses low and outside for ball 3. Full count now to the junior DH, Connor Young. The payoff pitch. Ball 4, Connor Young. I love this song. It's always fitting after a walk. Caleb McDougal steps in with runners on the corners and no outs. And a visit. Nope, the catcher is going to step out and have a conversation. Nicholas Counts, the sophomore, steps out and gives the signals with the runners on the corners. No outs here in the bottom of the first. Caleb McDougal, the catcher, junior, bats right, throws right, steps in here. Connor Young leads off first, being held on by Garvin. Cooper Thomas off third. Wrist comes set. Throw to first base. Connor Young dives back in safely. And now Garvin gets rid of the sunglasses. And we reset. McDougal back in from the right side, the starting catcher. Wrist, another throw to first base. Connor Young dives back in safely. Saw this a lot from Cody Bradford when Semino was on first base to start the top of the first. So expecting Connor Young to take off here. Wrist comes set, the first pitch. Swing, base hit, right field. Caleb McDougal stays hot as he drives it to right field. It's an RBI single. And Connor Young will stop at second base, and Georgetown has their first run of the ball game. No outs and runners at first and second on the first hit of the ball game. An RBI single from Caleb McDougal. Scores Cooper Thomas. Gavin Smith, the right fielder, will come into bat. Cade Erickson, the courtesy runner for the catcher, Caleb McDougal. Erickson just thought he had the game off. He was wrong. He will be running for the catcher, McDougal, to utilize that speed. So Connor Young at second. Erickson, the courtesy runner, at first base. Gavin Smith, the junior, wears number 21, playing right field here in this game. Gavin missed day one of the Classic as he was under the weather. Back yesterday, got a pinch hit opportunity, got a base hit. Now playing in right field today and here in Game 6. First pitch to Gavin. Hits him. Bases loaded. No outs. Second hit by pitch by John Riss. Here in the ball game in inning number 1. Connor Young down to third. Erickson to second. Gavin Smith to first. And in steps Zeke Hernandez, the senior right-hander. Bats right, throws right. Zeke at third base today. Came in at relief on the mound at day 1. And now the starting third baseman here in Game 6. The first pitch to Zeke. Swing, shot into center field. The center fielder will settle under it, make the catch. Connor Young will tag and head home. The throw is up the line, and that allows both runners to move up into scoring position at second and third base. An RBI sac fly cuts the lead in half for Georgetown. 4-2 now. The Eagles have scratched back 2 runs. Good piece of hitting there by Zeke Hernandez. That'll bring up Easton Smith, the starting left fielder. F8 to record the out of Zeke Hernandez, but he scores Connor Young. Erickson moves up to third on the tag up. And Gavin Smith the second. The first pitch to Easton Smith misses for ball 1. Easton Smith, the senior two-sport athlete. Throws right, bats left. Stands in here from the left side. The 1-0 pitch. Misses low, gets away. Here comes Cade Erickson with his speed. He'll score easily. And the Eagles trail by 1, 4-3. So the wild pitch by John Riss plates the third run of the ball game. And now a runner at third base with 1 out, and Gavin Smith. And a 1-0 count, making a 2-0 count to Easton Smith. Here in the bottom of the first. Riss comes set, and he'll step off, and he'll want to talk to his catcher. It's the ball. He's going to switch balls with his catcher. And now the third base dugout chatter starts, and Georgetown likes to get going and get back into this one, and love the chirping. One of Doppler Dave's favorite things is this dugout chatter, and Georgetown gets going. The 2-0 pitch to Easton Smith. Pop fly back out of play down the third baseline. Now a 2-ball, 1-strike count to Easton Smith. Activity down the first baseline bullpen for the Rangers. 1 out. The tying run here in the bottom of the first sits at third base, and Gavin Smith, the 2-1 pitch to Easton Smith. He'll take it on the outside corner for a called strike. 2-2 the count. The 2 Smiths. Gavin at third, Easton Smith hitting. Both linebackers on the Georgetown varsity football team. 2 sport athletes here at Georgetown. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Easton Smith goes down on strikes for out number 2. First strikeout for John Riss. And with 2 outs in the inning, that'll bring up number 9, Tilly Brown. Tillman steps in from the right side, the senior. Starting at second base today. Tillman steps in for the right side. 2 outs and a runner at third. Riss stays in the stretch. The first pitch to Brown. Ground ball chopped out towards second. Fielded on a high hop. The throw to first in time. And the Eagles are retired here in the bottom of the first. But not before they scratch back 3 runs on 1 hit. And no errors and 1 runner left on base after 1 complete. Clements Rangers 4, Georgetown Eagles 3. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us. to Eagle Field. We go to the top of the second inning. And the Clements Rangers will bring up the 8-9-1 hitters. Dante Martinez steps back in and gets hit by a pitch. So that's his reward for having to come back to the plate here to start the second inning. He's hit by a pitch by Bradford, the third batter hit by a pitch. So a base runner to start the inning for the Rangers. And another visit by Coach Chad Payne. And that looks like it may be a call to the bullpen. We'll take a quick timeout. Eagle Baseball returns in just a minute.
Yeah, fly like an eagle. Spit fire like a dragon. Make some mistakes, you won't keep me lacking. Already been through it. I ain't the one tapping. Let's see who's next up. Next up. Just me and my passion. Hear all the talking, they seeing no action. We get to step on while they get the bag. And I'm with my brothers, what's happening? None of my enemies fast and biting my style and jacket. Dropping a storm, you best get the pack. Ain't no more fashion. When I pull up in tanks, that's it. Still wreaking havoc. Smell of an excellent young telepathy. Really on mine with these lines. Spinning on top, I am one of a kind. Prophecy for my design. Yeshua said I'll be with him in time. Not even dope on my level of high. I'm levitating on the rhymes. Spiritual meditation, ain't no kind of faces. We got blue in our eyes. Say we don't go. We suited up when we put on a show. Like, they want me for broke. I do it on one and making a toast. I could be doing the most. Yeah, submitted some jokes. I can see through them like ghosts. Yeah, do more than just float. I gotta fly like an eagle. Spit fire like a dragon. Make some mistakes, you won't keep me lacking. Already been through it. I ain't the one tapping. Let's see who's next up. Yeah, just me and my passion. Hear all the talking, they seeing no action. We get to step on while they get the back. And I'm with my brothers, what's happening? Whole lot better than I did last year. Double thumbs up, we ain't stand right here. Still gotta speed up, clutch shift that gear. Yeah, I got no pass, took off that mirror. Eyes go dry, can't shed no tear. When I'm following Jah, I ain't got no fear. Making it clear, don't rush none, I'm making it sear. I didn't go from nose to the beast in the ear. Ideas spinning like I'm up and on gear. I'm getting serious, smile on my face when I'm fierce. Mask on, making my cures. Hit it with the 10 track now, but it's spin bad, driving on the beat like I'm gone in the years. Big dog stats like ho, I ain't cold. Better with the brave and the bold. Batman pals, yeah, I'm rich in the soul. Two-faced rappers gonna play with your goals. Sick of all the fakes, bro, you gotta let them go. Take a flight, do it envy with a goal. So gonna stay tight, all in, never fold. Aim with a note, shade, don't.
Back at Eagle Field, the CSCT call to the bullpen. Every pitching change brought to you by Construction Specialists of Central Texas. Lawson Richter, number 18, this junior right-hander, comes in relief. First pitch, bunted foul by the batter, Julius G? I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. 0-1 to count. Bradford through an inning plus through 33 pitches, allowed 4 runs on 3 hits, struck out 1, walked 3, hit 1 batter. Richter works out of the stretch with a runner on first base. The 0-1 pitch to Julius. Squares the bunt, bunts it out in front of the mound. Richter will field it. Lawson's only play to first, and the throw is down in the turf. And that will allow Julius to reach first base on the air. And that will allow Martinez to get all the way to third. So runners at the corners with no outs. And that'll take us back to the top of the lineup. Bo Semino singled and scored a run in the first inning. Steps in here with no outs and runners on the corners. Richter comes set in the stretch. The first pitch to Semino. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Hernandez in at third base. A throw to first base. Julius dives back in safely there. No outs here in the top of the second. Runners on third and first. Martinez hit by the first pitch he saw here to start the second inning. And Julius bunts out in front of the mound and reaches on an error. The 0-1 pitch to Semino. laced foul down the right field line. That pitch at 77 miles an hour from Richter. 0-2 the count to Bo Semino, starting center fielder. Richter gets set now. From the stretch, works on the first base side of the rubber. Throw to first base. Julius dives back in safely. Semino bats from the left side. Back in, ready to go. Richter looks in and gets a sign from his catcher, Caleb McDougal. Richter comes set. Throw to first base. Julius dives back in, head first safely. Martinez back to the bag at third. Game 6 for Georgetown here in the Central Texas First Pitch Classic. They'll have the early part of the week off next week in the sense of games, and then go to San Antonio to the San Antonio Comal Classic. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Bo Semino on a beautiful breaking pitch from Lawson Richter at 68 miles an hour. And that's the first out of the inning on the first strikeout for Richter. On in relief here in the top of the second for Georgetown. In steps Braylon Barnes, the left fielder. He reached on a base on balls and came around to score the second run of the ball game. For the Rangers. Barnes in from the left side. Richter comes set, the first pitch. Strike one. 0-1 the count. I'm going to ask him how to say. Throw to first. As time was called by Barnes, we'll reset. Confirmed, Julius G at first base, the runner. So he leads off there. Richter comes set in the stretch. The 0-1 pitch, square to bunt, bunts it down the third baseline, but it will trickle foul as Zeke Hernandez will grab that. In the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Braylon Barnes. So no balls, 2 strikes with 1 out to Braylon Barnes. Runners on the corners. Martinez at third. Julius G at first base being held on by Van Aken. Richter comes set in the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Ew, wow. Thought he ring him up. We'll call it a ball. It's 1-2. We'll redo it again. Nice pitch there by Richter. Just misses. For a 1-2 count now with 1 out. Richter comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Runner off for a ball to throw down. The tag by Josue Hernandez in time. Caught stealing. Julius G will sit out for the second out of the inning. Nice throw from McDougal. Nice tag by Josue Hernandez for out number 2 to erase the base runner from first. 2-6 on the caught stealing for out number 2. A 1-ball, 2-strike count here. 2-ball, 2-strike count. And that's going to be a strikeout for Braylon Barnes as he went around trying to get out of the way of the pitch. A strikeout for Lawson Richter, and the Eagles get out of trouble here in the top of the second. No runs on no hits. 1 error and 1 runner left on base. After an inning and a half, 4-3, Clements leads it over Georgetown. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us.
If y'all with it, y'all hear me in the front. first place. Independent, they gon' sign you in the worst way. And I know you only out there where the church stay. ATS collected, we gon' get it at the birthplace. Got called, had to answer with the worst say. Spirit from me, so I took the mic to praise Jay. See what he do in my life, yeah, from the third day. No sleep and new highs, the red eye. Eyes red from nights when I stay tied. No high and no lie, and no shy. With them boy, they got for him the most I ever did was take time to drink wine and to break bread to consecrate the main guy. Sit tired and take time to praise Jah. The music maker, the ground shaker, the supply. I'ma take y'all in it. Life like Christ, gotta stand on business like. Won't play with no sinning. 33 years to forever, we winning like. No cap, I'm fitted. God on my army and he took my sentence like. Tell death, good riddance. Fighting good fights, can't quit, I'ma quit it like.
Gotta watch what I use my phone for. Worship God even behind closed doors. I wanna praise him when I'm rich, poor. I'm all in, no sneaking through the back door. Jesus Christ, he's my God, he's my mentor. Preach the word, forever we gotta restore. I'll do it on campus this year, I'll be a sophomore. I have a feeling there's gonna be an uproar.
I'ma take y'all in it. Life like Christ, gotta stand on business like. Won't play with no sinning. 33 years to forever, we winning like. No cap, I'm fitted. God on my army and he took my sentence like. Tell death, good riddance. Fighting good fights, can't quit, I'ma quit it like.
Back here at the bottom of the second in Eagle Field, Georgetown trails by 1, 4-3. As Jackson Van Aken leads it off in the 8th slot for the Eagles. Josue Hernandez and Cooper Thomas also due up in the inning here against John Riss. Riss from the windup, the first pitch to Van Aken. Misses for ball 1. In his first inning of work, Van Aken gave up 3 runs, 1 hit, struck out 1, walked 1, hit 2. 1 wild pitch, the 1-0 pitch to Jackson Van Aken. Sails high for ball 2. No activity down the first base line in the bullpen right now for the Rangers. 2-0 the count to Van Aken. Bats from the right side, the junior. The 2-0 pitch. In there for a called strike 1, 2-1 the count. The 2-1 pitch misses for ball 3. Van Aken ahead in the count. It's Riss. Lost his footing. Looks like he's throwing in just turf shoes and not cleats. His plant foot there went out from under him. The 3-1 to Van Aken. Misses for ball 4. Leadoff base runner for the Eagles. Second walk issued by John Riss in the ball game. That'll bring up Josue Hernandez, the shortstop. The junior throws right, bats right. Riss now from the stretch with a runner on first. Van Aken held on by Garvin. Josue turns to bunt early. The pitch bunted down the first baseline, foul. 0-1 the count to Hernandez. Josue back in for the right side. No outs here in the bottom of the second. Runner on first. Josue squares early. Throw to first. Van Aken dives back in safely there. It's Garvin. Picks up the throw over. Will reset. 0-1 the count to Hernandez. Josue squares early. The 0-1 pitch. Bunted down the first baseline, popped up, and Garvin will make the catch. Van Aken returns to first base. P3 on the out for Hernandez for out number 1. Back to the top of the lineup, and Cooper Thomas. Thomas was hit by a pitch back in the first inning, stole second, stole third, scored on an RBI base hit by Caleb McDougal. So Cooper 0 for 0 in the ball game. The run scored and a couple stolen bases. Steps in here with 1 out and a runner at first. Van Aken will lead off first. His wrist stays in the stretch from the first base side of the rubber. 4-3 your score. Clements leads it by 1. Over to first. Van Aken dives back in safely. Thomas settles back into the box now. His wrist looks in and gets the sign. Comes set in the stretch. First pitch to Cooper. Hits him. I think Cooper Thomas is sick and tired of being hit. That wasn't even close. Wrist hit him in the middle of the back. Up in the shoulders.
Up to bat, number 8, Connor Young.
Cooper's going to need an ice bath after this tournament. Down to first he goes. Van Aken up to second base. Third batter hit by a pitch by Riss. That'll bring up Connor Young. Connor Young, 0 for 0 in the ball game. Walked and scored a run in the top of the first, or bottom of the first. Steps in here with runners on first and second, and one out. Caleb McDougal on deck for the Eagles here in the bottom of the first. Riss comes set in the stretch. First pitch to Connor Young. Swinging, base hit, left field. It'll be down, and that'll load the bases for the Eagles here in the bottom of the second inning. A good job by the left fielder, Barnes, to get it in quickly. But now the bases loaded for Caleb McDougal. As Van Aken moves up to third, Thomas to second, and Connor Young, a base hit. Second hit in the ballgame for the Eagles. And now Caleb McDougal will step in. He's 1 for 1 in the ballgame, an RBI single back in the first inning. Wrist comes set. The pitch to McDougal. Scooped out of the turf by the catcher for called strike one. Not sure about that one. 0-1 the count to McDougal. The 0-1. That one down in the turf, called ball one. 1-1 the count. The consistency here comes from Riss as both balls in the turf. But he got a different call on both ones. 1-1 the count to McDougal. The junior catcher. McDougal ready, Riss ready. The 1-1 pitch. Up and in. How about a little chin music? 2-1 the count to Caleb McDougal. Gavin Smith on deck for the Eagles. Here in the bottom of the second inning, trailing by 1. The 2-1 pitch. Misses for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Nowhere to put him. So Riss has got to come back to McDougal here. Caleb McDougal ready to go. Riss comes set in the stretch. Bases loaded. The 3-1 pitch. McDougal fouls it off. Back out of play down the first baseline, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And this is a beautiful day of baseball here at Eagle Field. Day 3 of this 2026 Central Texas First Pitch Classic. If you missed it, come back, see us next year. We'll do it again. Georgetown, one of the big host sites out of about 8 schools in the area. The payoff pitch, McDougal, ground ball down the third baseline, just foul as Van Aken pulls his inner matrix out and misses that one from hitting him in foul territory. So we'll reset and do it again. The Eagles threatening here in the bottom of the second. Would love to at least scratch one to tie it up, but an opportunity. Trying to jump on the Rangers with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the heart of your lineup with the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3 in the first base batter's box. So McDougal down on strikes looking. And for the first time in 6 games in this tournament, I will say I have no idea what the strike zone is. Every other home plate ump has been very consistent throughout this tournament, up and down each top and bottom of the innings. But that pitch was in the left-handed batter's box for a called strike 3. 2 outs in the inning. Second strikeout for Riss. And in steps Gavin Smith with 2 outs and the bases loaded. The first pitch to Gavin. High for ball 1. Gavin 0 for 0 in the ballgame. Was hit by a pitch. Left stranded on base in the first inning. Steps in here. The base is full of Eagles and 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch. That breaking pitch finds the strike zone. 1-1 the count. Wrist comes set. The 1-1 pitch to Gavin Smith. And that hits him on the helmet. No room to put him. A run in, and the Eagles have tied it up. On the fourth, batter hit by a pitch by John Riss. Second time that Gavin Smith has been the recipient. He'll get the RBI. Scores Jackson Van Aken from third base. Cooper Thomas up to third. Connor Young to second. And in steps Zeke Hernandez, who's 0 for 0 in the ball game. A sac fly RBI back in the first inning. Steps in here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. First pitch misses for ball one. 1-0 the count. Number 14, the senior third baseman, Zeke Hernandez. Zeke back in for the right side. Wrist comes set in the stretch. The 1-0 pitch misses outside. Ball 2. 2-0 the count with Easton Smith, the left fielder, on deck. No activity in the first base bullpen for the Rangers. Wrist comes set. The 2-0 pitch to Zeke Hernandez. Outside corner called strike one. 2-1 the count. Two and one the count now to Zeke. The 2-1 pitch. Fly ball curls back out of play. 2-2 now the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded for the Eagles. Zeke Hernandez ready. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Fort Bend Clements gets out of trouble here in the bottom of the second, only giving up 1 run. That comes on 1 hit. No errors and 3 runners left on base. After 2 complete, we're tied up 4 apiece between the Clements Rangers and your Georgetown Eagles. Stay with us. Eagle Baseball continues in a moment.
Yeah. I'm the big homie. For those of y'all that don't know me, one and only, name another rapper, this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking baked Brody. Pin rolling, never sleep, I just keep going. Hit my peak now, I just started like my name Tommy. Had a vision, this was destined for my life story. Bible by my side, I keep it like a gun on me. War ready, and we ain't afraid to get bloody. Told me I should quit my day job, that's funny. Hate will always elevate me, I'ma keep showing. Out and selling, record spinning, it ain't never slowing. Take the stakes, take the crown, I don't need it, got the sound. I'ma be the king forever, even when they count me out. Favorite rapper, raise a bar from the ground. Taking risks you never dreamed of, get my name up out your mouth. Don't talk, it's silent on the floor, kings walk. We gon' drag your body through the door in shock. How I got 'em asking for a tour, man, stop. I'ma need a second, maybe more. I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name
Back live here at Eagle Field. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Lawson Richter on for his 2nd inning of work in relief for the Eagles. And he'll face off against the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Tanner Garvin, Alejandro Lara, and Rayan Mustafa. Richter from the windup. The first pitch to Garvin on the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count. In his inning of work, Richter came in. Struck out 2. Threw 9 pitches. Get the Eagles out of that top half of the second. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball chopped through the middle. Jose Hernandez to his left. Fields the throw on the run. Van Aken can't scoop it up. Garvin's going to take off the second. McDougal couldn't pick it up against the netting of the dugout. So Garvin's going to head to second. So it'll be an error. Allows Garvin to reach base, and that same error allows him to advance to second. So a runner at second to lead off the inning. No outs. 3rd inning in a row for the Rangers to have the leadoff man aboard. In steps Alejandro Lara, an RBI sac fly. 0 for 0 in the ball game. First pitch, outside corner, called strike one. Lara back in. Richter comes set. The 0-1 pitch. Low and away, ball one. 1-1 to count. One ball, one strike, no outs here in the top of the third. Leadoff man aboard. Reached on an error, advanced to second base. Richter comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Fly ball out to right field. Gavin Smith turns and gives chase. And that one's going to be out of here. Alejandro Lara got it up in the jet stream, and the wind gusting out to right field, and it takes it out of here. A 2-run home run. Gives the Clements Rangers the lead back 6-4. So that's where some of the mistakes by the Eagle defense can capitalize. But we've talked about that all day. Any ball up in the air to right field is going to go. And several balls in the game one for Georgetown against Friendship carried out, bounced off the walls with all of that air blowing. And it is coming strong out of the left field to right field. And Alejandro Lara got it up in the air and out of here for the 2-run home run. And so the first 2 runs surrendered by Georgetown here in the third inning. Makes it 6-0. Fourth hit of the ball game for the Rangers. The pitch to Mustafa misses for ball one. Richter from the windup, the first base side of the rubber, the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball hit out between short and third. Fielded by Josue. The throw across the diamond in time. Van Aken, a nice scoop there. 6-3 on the putout to retire Mustafa for out number 1. Nice play in the hole there by Josue to grab it and fire across the diamond. And with 1 out and the base is empty, in steps Michael Busby. Struck out back in the first inning, looking 0 for 1 in the ball game. Busby in from the left side. Richter from the windup. The first pitch to Busby. High and away, ball one. 1-0 the count. Richter from the windup, the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off of himself. At the plate is Busby, 1-1 the count now. Richter from the windup. Busby ready to go. The 1-1 pitch. Bunted down the third base line, but foul. Zeke will pick it up in foul territory. Now Busby behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, the base is empty. Here in the top of the third inning after a 2-run home run by Alejandro Lara. Give Clements the lead again, 6-4 after Georgetown tied it up in the bottom of the second. Richter's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's down in the turf. McDougal will pick it up and tag Busby for out number 2. That'll be the 3rd strikeout for Lawson Richter. And with 2 outs and the base is empty, John Riss will step in, the pitcher. One for 1 in the ball game, a 2 RBI single for Riss. Back in the first inning. Base is empty and 2 outs. Richter from the windup. The first pitch to the pitcher. Misses low for ball 1. Where against McDougal, that pitch was a strike in the bottom half of the first inning. A Doppler Dave sighting here at Eagle Field today. The 1-0 pitch, inside and low, ball 2, 2-0 the count. John Riss steps back in. Wrist from the right side. Richter from the windup. Line drive hit to left field. Easton Smith there. Plants his feet, makes the catch. And that'll be the end of the top of the third for the Rangers. F7 in the book to retire Wrist and the Rangers, but not before they pick up 2 runs on 1 hit. A 2-run home run by Alejandro Lara. 1 error and nobody left on base after 2.5 innings. Fort Bend Clements 6, Georgetown 4. Eagle Baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us.
Last year was too much. Enemy within self. Whispers and aromas. Had to take him back for my health. Who's to blame for my problems? It's me and nobody else. Yeah, life comes with stress. Time is out, we're blessed. Too much of my day's been focused around what's next. Dark road, I walk alone. Put it around my neck. Put it around my wrist. I'm puffing up my chest tight and I couldn't breathe in my heart. Pumping bad tendencies and this isolation is killing me. But I can't believe now cause I'm scared to be. When they throw me down, do I plan to speak? Do I wait to see where they're taking me? My cups are locked, but I got the keys. Will I do what it takes to be free? Cause I'm chosen. I hear them calling me, hold it. They kill me now if they notice. So take control of emotions. I know I'm bad, but ain't broken. Still comfortable in this groaning. I can't get out without owning. A part of me I hate showing. I'm holding fast in this grip, pessimistic. Can't escape, but I'm scared to miss it. My bones are scraping, my hands are blistered. I'm falling down and I'm seeing crimson. Ain't pick me up, but drag me to distance. How to get it right, should've listened. They marching on and I see the prison. I know it's calling out. Listen, I paid on the love I was given. I went on my way and I gave them my ticket. I fell into something that led me to sin. And I listened to voices that told me I'm missing the spirit that's been here before the beginning. And still it's gonna be here long after the finish. Told me I don't need him and I shouldn't see him. And all that I need was a vision of freedom. All that I'm seeing, so I'm feeling being. They threw me in cages, I'm facing a legion. I've been here too long and my spirit's been weak. And I still wanna chase, but I'm scared if I leave it. To see me and tear me and break me to pieces. I can't help but freezing, I'm stuck on my knees. And they willing to move, but I can't be defeated. Now I hear his voice and I'm seeing him beating. I'm chosen. Can't take that step, I think my heart is frozen. It kills me in the moment, just not knowing.
Back at Eagle Field for the CSCT. Call to the bullpen. Every pitching change brought to you by Construction Specialists of Central Texas. Easton Smith will face off against the new pitcher, and that is number 7, Andrew Linehan. I said it wrong. Linehan. So Andrew on the mound. First pitch to Easton Smith. Misses for ball 1. So John Riss leaves the ball game after 2 innings pitched. Moves behind the plate to take over catching. 4 counts. The 1-0 pitch to Easton Smith on the bottom half of the zone for strike 1. 1-1 the count. 6-4. Georgetown trails by 2 here in the bottom of the third. 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up here against Linehan. The 1-1 pitch misses outside for ball 2. Easton Smith, Tillman Brown, Jackson Van Aken due up here for the Eagles in the bottom half of the third inning. The 2-1 pitch to Easton Smith sails high, ball 3. Both teams have led off each inning with their leadoff man getting on base. So Easton Smith battling to get on base for the Eagles here to lead off the bottom of the third. The 3-1 pitch fouled off, back to the screen, and the count goes full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. To the left fielder, senior Easton Smith. Throws right, bats left, steps back in. Ready to go against Andrew Linehan, the relief pitcher. A junior. He'll come set from the stretch. The payoff pitch. Ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard again for the 3rd inning in a row for the Eagles. First walk issued by Linehan, 3rd of the game for Easton Smith. Will come out, and it'll be a pinch runner here as Landon King will come on to run. For Easton Smith, as Tillman Brown steps up. Tillman 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to second base back in the 1st inning. The senior second baseman will step in for the right side after getting the signs from Coach Chad Payne down the 3rd baseline. Clayton King. I keep saying his dad's name. Clayton dives back in safely at first base. If you say it enough, you'll understand why. Up beside the scoreboard, you see the K logo. That's King's Pest Control, one of the proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Baseball and the first responder broadcast team. Clayton leads off. Tillman Brown squares the bunt and bails out to save his face and frustration from a pitch that was up and in. Tillman takes it for ball one. His best inner matrix move there for Tillman. Tilly steps back in for the right side. Clayton leads off first. Held on by Garvin. Throw over to first. King easily back in. On deck for the Eagles is Jackson Van Aken, the first baseman in the hole. Josue Hernandez. Here in the bottom of the third. Brown squares early. Linehan, the 1-0 pitch. Bunted down the first baseline. Tanner Garvin will grab it. And he'll tag Tillman Brown out for out number one on the sack bunt. That moves Clayton King into scoring position at second base. So Brown does his job. 3 unassisted on the putout on the sack bunt. And with 1 out, the runner in scoring position. Jackson Van Aken will step in, the junior first baseman. Throws right, bats right, steps in here. 0 for 0 in the ballgame. Walked and scored a run. Back in the second inning. Jackson ready to go. Linehan's first pitch. Limps in there for a called strike one. Linehan working out of the stretch with the runner on base. Clayton King leads off second from the middle of the rubber. 0-1 pitch, sails high for ball one. 1-1 to count. 74 miles an hour on that one. I would love to have seen what the first pitch was that dropped in out of the middle infield for a strike. A lot of off speed seen here. Linehan's 1-1 pitch. Van Aken pops it up, but back out of play. That one 64 miles an hour. 1-2 the count now to Jackson Van Aken. Josue Hernandez on deck for the Eagles. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nope, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Van Aken. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Van Aken down on strikes, caught looking for out number 2. First strikeout for Linehan. 4th of the ball game of Eagle batters. And Josue Hernandez, the starting shortstop, the junior, steps in from the right side with 2 outs and a runner at first. Linehan's first pitch to Hernandez. In there for a called strike. 63 miles an hour. It's what you see down at the local D-BAT facility when you're playing middle school ball. The 0-1 pitch from Linehan. Misses outside for ball one. That's the one thing you get into in these tournaments. Day 3 of the tournament, you've gone through a lot of your pitching. You're going to see a lot of off-speed stuff, a lot of your pitchers that don't have the upper 80s, maybe the low 90s, mid-80s. And now a 63-mile-an-hour strike. A 1-1 count to Josue. Line drive hit out past the second baseman into right center field. That's going to score Clayton King. Josue around first. And he'll turn back to the bag. An RBI base hit for Josue Hernandez. And the Eagles trail by 1, 6-5. Takes us back to the top of the lineup to Cooper Thomas. First hit allowed by Linehan. 3rd of the ball game for Georgetown. And Josue at first base. Cooper Thomas. Surprised he didn't put on shoulder pads, some bubble wrap. He's been hit twice here in the ball game. 0 for 0 with 2 hit by pitches and a run scored. This one way outside. Josue sees it pop out of the glove of the catcher wrist, and Hernandez will hustle into second base, and now a runner in scoring position on a pass ball on the catcher wrist. 1-0 the count to Caleb McDougal. Linehan comes set, the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-0 to Cooper. On deck, Connor Young, the designated hitter. Georgetown chomping into that 2-run lead. Scratching one here in the bottom of the third. Trail at 6-5. 4 runs in the top of the first for Clements, 2 in the top of the third. Georgetown with 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. The 2-0 pitch, Cooper Thomas, a swing and a miss. He went shopping for that one. He was going to send one to the chicken coop, the other side of the 385 sign in right center field. Coop will gather himself and step back in. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the third, runner on second base. Linehan comes set in the stretch, the 2-1 pitch. Coop checks his swing and takes it for ball 3. 3-1 the count now. To the starting center fielder, Cooper Thomas. Jared talking to Coop from the dugout. The 3-1 pitch. Cooper fouls it off back to the screen, and the count goes full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cooper Thomas. Feels good. AC kicked on in the press box. Sorry about that. Feels really good in here. 2 outs. Runner at second base. Full count to Cooper Thomas. Linehan comes set. The payoff pitch. And almost hit him, but a ball 4. Cooper Thomas will take his base. He remains 0 for 0 in the ball game. Second walk issued by Linehan in the inning. And now runners on first and second for Connor Young, the junior designated hitter. Throws right, bats left. Connor steps in here. Connor in for the left side, ready to go as Linehan comes set in the stretch. First pitch to Connor. Swinging, ball hit into left center field. It's going to hang up with the wind. Nope, it is down. Jose Hernandez off to the races. He'll score easily. Cooper Thomas into third base, and the throw home will allow Connor Young to get to second base. An RBI single for Connor Young, and that'll bring a visit from the dugout, from the first base side, from Coach V of Clements High School. We'll take it with him. Eagle Baseball continues in a moment.
Last year was too much. Enemy with himself. Whispers and rumors. Had to take him back for my health. Who's to blame for my problems? It's me and nobody else. Yeah, life comes with stress. Time is out, we're blessed. Too much of my day's been focused around what's next. Dark road, I walk alone. Put it around my neck. Put it around my wrist. I'm puffing up my chest tight and I couldn't breathe in my heart. Pumping back to the season. This isolation is killing me. But I can't believe now cause I'm scared to be. When they throw me down, do I plan to speak? Do I wait to see where they're taking me? My cuffs are locked, but I got the keys. Will I do what it takes to be free? Cause I'm chosen. I hear them calling me, hold it. They kill me now if they know.
Back out of the timeout, and in steps Caleb McDougal with runners on second and third and 1 out here in the bottom of the third, tied up at 6 apiece. The first pitch to McDougal misses for ball 1. Caleb 1 for 2 on the day. Singled, an RBI single in the first, and then struck out looking on a in the second inning. We'll just leave it there on a very iffy pitch. The 1-0 pitch from Linehan. Outside, ball 2, 2-0 the count. That pitch was very reminiscent of the called third strike last inning against Caleb McDougal. And it's 2-0 now. We had to correct that. We thought it was going to be a strike. 2-0 the count to McDougal with the Gavin Smith on deck for the Eagles. Linehan comes set in the stretch. A 2-0 pitch to Caleb. Outside corner, called strike 1. So 2 balls and a strike to McDougal. Cooper Thomas at third. Connor Young at second base. 2 runs across in the inning. 6-6 your score. Georgetown's tied it up again here in the bottom of the third. Caleb ready. Linehan's 2-1 pitch. And the big breaking pitch that maybe caught 60 miles an hour in there for a nice strike. That looping curveball dropped in there. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to McDougal. Here in the bottom of the third, 6-6 your score. Linehan comes set, the 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Full count now for Caleb. Very reminiscent of that right there and that breaking pitch off the plate. What Caleb was called out on in the last inning. So now a full count. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Cooper Thomas at third. Connor Young at second. Linehan comes set in the stretch. The payoff pitch. Base hit, left center field. Left field. That'll score 1. Thomas in. Here comes Connor Young. The ball's thrown off, and he scores standing. The Eagles lead it 8-6 on a 2 RBI base hit by Caleb McDougal. Caleb stays hot on the weekend, and the Eagles take the lead 8-6. And Cade Erickson will come in to run for the catcher McDougal. But into left field between the 5 and 6 hole. A nice shot there by McDougal in that full count pitch. And the Eagles take their first lead of the ball game. 8-6 here in the bottom of the third. Gavin Smith, the right fielder, has been hit by 2 pitches as well in his last 2 plate appearances. Got an RBI on the last one that drove in Van Aken from third base with the bases loaded situation. Steps in here with 2 outs and a runner at first. The first pitch to Gavin. High for ball 1. Caleb McDougal staying hot on the weekend. 2 big RBIs to give the Eagles the lead. Linehan comes set in the stretch. The 1-0 pitch to Gavin Smith. Yanked foul down the third baseline off the hitting building. 1-1 the count. Several two-sport athletes here on this baseball team that play football for Georgetown. 2 of them out here right now, Gavin Smith and Cade Erickson. The 1-1 pitch, Erickson off and running. Ball hit into center field. It's going to be down for a base hit. It gets past the center fielder. Cade Erickson will cruise around to score. The 9th run of the ball game. Gavin Smith around second. He's headed to third, and he's got an RBI triple. Gavin Smith drives it to center field. The center fielder, Semino, laid out for it. Couldn't get to it. It gets past him. And Gavin Smith shows the wheels. He gets all the way to third with an RBI triple, and Georgetown leads it 9-6 with a 5-run bottom of the third inning. Zeke Hernandez will step in with a runner at third base and 2 outs here in the inning. Linehan comes set. First pitch, Zeke takes it for strike 1 on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Zeke Hernandez is the 9th batter of the inning for the Eagles. There's some activity down the first baseline in the bullpen for the Rangers. The 0-1 pitch misses for ball 1. 1-1 the count. And it looks like Clayton King. Landon King is not out there. He's standing beside watching. But Clayton King in the on-deck circle to hit for Easton Smith. The 1-1 pitch to Zeke Hernandez. Pop fly right side of the infield. The second baseman, Busby, into shallow right field will make the catch to retire the Eagles here in the bottom of the third. Not before Georgetown able to pick up 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 3 complete, Georgetown 9, Clements 6. Georgetown baseball will continue in a moment. Stay with us. we go to Eagle Field in the top of the fourth. Lawson Richter on for his third inning of work for the Eagles. Face off against number 4. Trying to find where we are in the lineup. I lost it. Dante Martinez, the third baseman. First pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 the count. Richter out of the windup from the first base side of the rubber. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball pulled down the third baseline. Foul. And it'll be a 1-1 count now. Martinez, 0 for 0 in the ball game, was hit by a pitch and left stranded at third base back in the second inning. Richter from the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Misses just low for ball 2, 2-1. Scouring through the stands to look for Lawson's mom, Jolissa, one of our team members during football. Had double duty this morning watching the freshman in Layton over at Vista Ridge, I believe it was. 2-1 pitch, misses inside for ball 3, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Dante Martinez, the number 8 hitter in the Rangers lineup. Julius G on deck for the Rangers. Richter from the windup, the 3-1 pitch. Ground ball pulled down the third baseline and foul. Full count now to the third baseman, Dante Martinez. Here in the top of the fourth inning, 9-6, Georgetown putting up a 5 spot in the bottom of the third to take the lead over Fort Bend Clements. Richter looks in from the windup, the payoff pitch. Skips in for ball 4 and a leadoff walk. So the tradition of this ball game stands firm as Richter walks his first batter of the ball game in his relief as Julius G will come up. You'll have a runner for Martinez here. Number 5, Henry Ballou will come on to run for Martinez. So Julius G reached on an error back in the second inning, was left stranded on base. Or was caught stealing, by McDougal. Ballou leads off first, held on by Van Aken. Richter from the stretch. Zeke Hernandez in, expecting a bunt. First pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. No balls and a strike. Every half inning, the leadoff man has got aboard in this ball game. To continue here in the top of the fourth for the Rangers with the leadoff walk by Martinez. Richter comes set. The 0-1 pitch to Julius G. Swing and a miss down in the turf. Good block by Caleb McDougal. He'll throw down. Blue gets back, but 0-2 now the count to Julius G. Manager Jared Frimmel talking to his pitcher, Lawson Richter. 0-2 the count. Richter comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Chases it down in the turf. Strikeout of Julius G. The 4th strikeout for Lawson Richter. Working here in his 3rd inning of work for the Eagles in relief. Goes back to the top of the lineup, Bo Semino. The center fielder, 1 for 2 of the ball game. Singled and scored in the first, struck out in the second. Steps in here with 1 out and a runner at first base. Van Aken holds on Ballou at first base. The first pitch to Semino. Misses low and inside for ball 1. CSCT, Kings Pest Control, Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club, all sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Make it easy for you to watch it live on the SHN Sports YouTube channel, free of charge all season long until the playoffs. NFHS and the UIL take over then. The 1-0 pitch skips in. Ballou wisely scoots back to first base. 2-0 the count now to Bo Semino. No baseball on Tuesday. But baseball Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, all live here on the SHN Sports Network, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting. And we got a special sponsor that is making that trip happen. And we'll talk about that Thursday in San Antonio at Cibolo Steel for the first 2 games of the San Antonio Comal Classic. But we will travel with the team and families this year down to San Antonio, bring you all the action live on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. Join us Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Richter comes set. The 2-0 pitch. Now it's in there for a called strike. 2-1 to count. To Bo Semino with Braylon Barnes on deck for the Fort Bend Clements Rangers out of Sugar Land, Texas. Fort Bend ISD. Richter will step off. He wants to reset and get the signs with catcher Caleb McDougall. Richter now back on the mound. He'll come set in the stretch. Blue leads off first. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball hit out to third. Past the diving Zeke Hernandez, who's playing in for the bunt. Clayton King up with it. Now runners on first and second after that base hit. Second hit allowed by Richter. Fifth of the ball game for Fort Bend Clements. Runners at first and second as Blue moves up to second base on the single. And Braylon Barnes will step in, the left fielder. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Walked and scored a run in the first. Struck out swinging in the second. Barnes from the left side with Tanner Garvin on deck for the Rangers. Richter comes set, a look at second base. The first pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count to Braylon Barnes, the left fielder for the Rangers. Richter ready. The 0-1 pitch. Foul ball. Shoots out to first base off the foot of Braylon Barnes. He'll walk that one off. 0-2 the count now. One out here in the top of the fourth inning. I believe about 17 minutes left in this ball game. I think today is a 2-hour time limit. It's 1:13. The game started at 11:30. So we'll see what that is. Looks like. Braylon Barnes back in now. No balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Richter a peek at second base. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. What a pitch there by Richter. Barnes upset. Slams the bat on the ground. A couple of choice words for the crowd. But a strikeout nonetheless for out number 2. Fifth strikeout by Lawson Richter. Georgetown dugout. Let's Barnes hear about that one. And now a warning from the field umpire about the activity, I believe, of Mr. Barnes. Talks to the first base coach, who will walk over to the dugout. Tanner Garvin steps in. He is 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Walked and scored a run in the first. Reached on an error and scored a run in the third. Richter comes set in the stretch. A peek back at second base. The first pitch to Garvin. Across the outside part of the plate for called strike 1. Garvin reached on an error back in the third inning and then was driven in by the Alejandro Lara 2-run home run. Steps in here with 2 outs and runners at first and second. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. A beautiful break and pitch from Lawson Richter. Totally fooled Tanner Garvin there. And now Lawson ahead in the at-bat. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Blue at second base. Bo Semino at first base. Garvin back in. Richter comes set in the stretch. A peek at second base. The 0-2 pitch. Ball 1 on a pitch that has been the center of controversy this entire game. That pitch has been a strike on some occasions, a ball on others. Here it's ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Garvin. Richter ready to go. The look at second base. The 1-2 pitch. This one low and away for ball 2. 2-2 now the count to the big first baseman, Tanner Garvin. The Eagles lead it by 3 here in the top of the 4th inning. Garvin back in from the right side. The twirl of the bat. Richter comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive, foul down the right field line, curls out of play. We'll reset. Do it all again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 4th. The first year I've been involved in the First Pitch Classic that the games have been played above 50 degrees. It is amazing. The 2-2 pitch from Richter to Garvin. Strike 3 called, and there it is. Lawson Richter is 6th strike out of the ball game, a big one to get the Eagles out of trouble here in the top of the 4th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base after 3.5 innings. Georgetown 9, Fort Bend Clements 6. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us.
It's like it's been some work going on. Better be prepared. Yeah, I ain't alone on the boat. Yeah, the spirit of work. Turn the microphone up. Yeah, I'm trying to be heard. Demons calling me up. Still been reading the word. A couple questions I need answering. I'm down for the search. So help me, Father. Help me, Father, man. I need to get my head right. Can't be fighting with these demons. It's like every night. They can see the light. Help me, Father, as I grip the pen and start to write, Father. I need reconciling again. I keep pushing all these voices away, waiting from a pen. You feel like a gift. You keep giving, give with no end. To the day I see your face, restoration, breathing it in. I was born with sin, a weight on my shoulders, carried within. Baggage, I won't let you taste till I'm holding tight like a kid. Surrounded by reflections instead of people that care. What's to worry about the climb? Thought I should have taken the stairs. Now I'm falling for the big, got me focused on plenty charts. Worry about the money, get pulled away from the art design to keep me here. Keep me battling from afar. And when I fail again. And I'm tired of building my guard, I'm falling short of the mark. Leave me there when it's dark. I can do this on my own, know when the enemy's hard. Do you hold me together, feel like I'm falling apart. Help me, Father, I repent, I'm going back to the stars. So help me, Father. Help me, Father, man, I need to get my head right. Can't be fighting with these demons, it's a scary night. I pray that in the darkness they can see the light. Help me, Father, as I grip the pen and start to write, Father. Yeah, it's on every level. Feel they watching every move, so I be stepping careful. I've been off the socials, I've been working on the mental. Cause they been typing to me like they about to grip the metal. Making escape plans, thinking about that day they gon' fail. And it got me on the edge, I need your presence to settle. Taking my best chance to keep me out the eyes of the
back here to the bottom of the 4th we go. The CSCT call to the bullpen is number 4, Dante Martinez. Will move from third base to the mound to pitch. For the Rangers, he'll face off against Clayton King, who leads it off for the Eagles. King batting for Easton Smith in the number 6 slot for the Eagles. First pitch, a called strike. Second pitch, ball 1 to Clayton King. As he bats here in the bottom of the 4th. Georgetown leads by 3, 9-6. King back in for the right side. Martinez works from the stretch from the first base side of the rubber. The 1-1 pitch. Low and away, ball 2. 2-1 to count to Clayton King. On deck for the Eagles, moves number 2, Jalem Hunter, who will pinch hit in the 7 slot for Tillman Brown. 2-1 pitch. Misses for ball 3. 3-1 now to Clayton King. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Safe to say, Clayton King took a G-hack at that one. Swing and a miss. Full count now with no outs leading up the bottom of the fourth for the Eagles. King ready to go. Martinez comes set. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on a bender down in the turf for a strikeout. First out of the inning. First strikeout for Martinez. Fifth strikeout for Ranger pitching here in the ballgame. Now to bring up Jalen Hunter, pinch hitting here in the number 7 slot for Tillman Brown. No, or one out. The base is empty. Braden Curtin on deck for the Eagles. In the 8th slot for Jackson Van Aken. First pitch. Misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jalen Hunter. Ground ball, chop foul. That's what I'm talking about. You got to give an E for effort. I don't care if it's an error. You can count it for an error as well. But Chad Payne taking one off the bare hand to keep it from the left field line. Could have taught that to Jordan Vieira. 1-1 pitch misses inside for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Jalen Hunter. Martinez 2-1 pitch. Misses low and inside, ball 3. Jalen Hunter's worked it to a 3-1 count down. The one out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Martinez comes set, the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Full count. Jalen Hunter here a pinch hitting in the bottom of the 4th for Tillman Brown. Assumption here is that Jalen will stay in the game defensively at second base for Georgetown. Martinez comes set. The payoff pitch to Jalen Hunter. Ball hit out towards short. On a short hop. Can't make a clean play. A great effort there from the shortstop, Mustafa. But a base hit for Jalen Hunter. It's a base runner here. And now Braden Curtin to pinch hit for Jackson Van Aken in the 8th slot. But an infield single there. Great effort by Mustafa. Just unable to get it cleanly, and Jalen Hunter quickly down the line. He'll be held on by Lara at first base. Martinez stays in the stretch from the first base side of the rubber. Braden Curtin, the senior, in from the right side, ready to go. But a throw to first as Hunter dives back in safely at first base. One out here in the bottom of the 4th. Josue Hernandez on deck for the Eagles. As Martinez looks in and gets the sign. Comes set in the stretch. The first pitch to Curtin. Misses inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Curtin back in, ready to go. The wind whipping out of the door. Left field to right field. Throw to first. Jalen Hunter just got under the tag of Alejandro Lara. Defensively, Julius G goes from right field to left field. Garvin goes from first base to third base. Martinez to the mound. Lara comes out of the DH slot to take over first base. And going into right field is number 12, Carter Bilodeau. Bilodeau, Bilodeau, into right field defensively. Another throw over to first, and Jalen Hunter back under the tag from Alejandro Lara. 1-0 count to Curtin with one out here in the bottom of the 4th. 9-6. The Eagles lead by 3. Martinez comes set. The 1-0 pitch. A little line drive out into shallow center field. It'll fall for another base hit. And a base hit by Braden Curtin has runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 4th. As that one falls in. And Josue Hernandez will step in. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game, an RBI base hit in the 3rd inning after popping out to the first baseman in the 2nd inning. Josue in from the right side. The first pitch from Martinez. Low and away, ball 1. Hunter down at second base. Curtin at first. One out. On deck. It's Cade Erickson. Looks like he'll come in to pinch hit in the number 1 slot for Cooper Thomas. The 1-0 pitch. Beautiful bunt out in front of the mound. Hernandez down the line. Martinez just beats him with the throw. But a sac bunt by Josue puts 2 runners in scoring position at second and third base with Cade Erickson coming up to bat. 1-3 on the putout. On the sac bunt by Hernandez for out number 2. And in steps Cade Erickson. Pinch hitting here in the number 1 slot for the Eagles from the left side. The first pitch for Martinez, swing and a miss, strike 1. Nice stop by wrist down in the dirt. Also known as turf here at Georgetown High School. Erickson pulls it down the line. That'll score 2 runs. Erickson will turn for second. Here comes the throw in, cut off by Lohr at first base. But a 2 RBI double for Cade Erickson. Down the line, that's the second shot down the line in the tournament for Erickson. And that'll bring up Connor Young. The Eagles lead it 11-6. What a shot down the line for Cade Erickson. A 2 RBI double. 3rd hit of the inning. 9th hit of the ballgame for the Eagles. Jalen Hunter and Braden Curtin score on the base hit by Cade Erickson. Connor Young will step in. He's 2 for 2 in the ballgame with an RBI single in the 3rd, a single in the 2nd. Reached on a base on balls and scored a run in this 1st inning. First pitch to Connor Young, swing and a miss, strike 1. 2 outs here in the inning. 2 runs across, and the Eagles lead it 11-6. The Eagles can bat for about 2 more minutes. It may be the ball game here at the end of 4. With the time limit for this tournament on the drop dead. Martinez 0-1 pitch, low and away, ball 1. On deck, Caleb McDougall, the catcher. Caleb 2 for 3 in the ball game with 3 RBIs. In line with Lawson Richter, be our MVPs. Player of the game, strike there. Cade Erickson's going to take off for 3rd, and he's going to slide under the tag. No, he's not. He's thrown out trying to advance on the pass ball, and he's thrown out 2-5 on the putout, and that will end the inning. On the 2-5 on the caught stealing for out number 3, but not before Georgetown picks up 2 more runs on 3 hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. After 4 complete, Georgetown leads at 11-6. Lawson Richter out for his 4th inning of work. When we come back, stay with us. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Back live at Eagle Field, Lawson Richter to the mound for his 4th inning of work and relief for the Eagles to face off against Alejandro Lara to lead things off for the Rangers. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Lara, pop fly down the first baseline. Curls out of play, strike 1 to the first baseman. Richter has come in back in the 2nd inning after 1 pitch and a hit batter by Bradford, and has taken over this ball game. And he hits Lara there with the pitch. First batter hit by a pitch by Richter. Gives the leadoff base runner on base for leadoff batter on base for the Rangers. And that'll bring up number 9, Mustafa. And that may be all she wrote for Lawson Richter. We'll take a timeout. Eagle Baseball continues in a moment. Stay with us. CSCT call to the bullpen brings on a faded hat wearing Gavin Kelly to the mound for the Georgetown Eagles. I got to talk to Gavin about that one. Throws a first pitch strike to Mustafa to start off his relief work here in the top of the 5th inning. Gavin Kelly, the junior right-hander. Has become the utility player for the Eagles. The 0-1 pitch to Mustafa. Ground ball up the middle. Kelly fields it. The throw to short for 1. Josue to first base to turn the double play. Easier said than done, but I couldn't say it. Josue turns it quickly at second base, and the Eagles have 2 quick outs off of the bat of Mustafa. What a play there. That'll be a 1-6-3 double play to erase Lara and Mustafa. 2 pitches and 2 outs for Gavin Kelly. And in steps Michael Busby, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging. Now takes ball 1 from Gavin Kelly. Great defensive play there for the Eagles to clear the bases and 2 outs in the inning. Kelly works out of the modified stretch. The 1-0 pitch misses for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Lawson Richter, 3+ innings, threw 46 pitches, allowed 2 runs, 2 hits, struck out 6, walked 1, and hit 1. Great relief performance there by Richter. The 2-0 pitch by Gavin Kelly in there for a called strike one. Gavin Kelly's played in left field, right field, second base. I believe it's shortstop in this tournament. Now pitching for your Eagles. The 2-1 pitch to Busby. Line drive out towards short. On a hop into center field. A tough ball there by Busby. Gets into center field. Cade Erickson, who's back out in center field defensively after pinch hitting for Thomas, gets it in quickly. A 2-out base hit for Busby. Gives the Rangers their 7th hit of the ball game. And John Riss, the catcher, steps in from the right side. Riss in the ball game, 1 for 2. 2 RBI single in the first inning. Flew out to left in the third inning. Kelly from the stretch. First pitch to Riss. Flared out towards second. Jalem Hunter jumps up and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. L4 in the book to retire John Riss and the Rangers here in the top of the 5th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 4.5 innings, Georgetown leads at 11-6. Eagle baseball will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
Put in pockets, fail profits, can't watch it. Tell Carver, pencil pusher, stay talking. Can you tell me the first person to weigh options? Do I need to be vocal or do I stay silent? Trying to keep it alive if I'ma stay honest. Feeding off of the spit and not debate topics. If I said it a minute, my time tick-tocking. Better look at the clock, I know your time coming wild. Killing me now, run me around, into my vicinity. You looking like a brother, wanna get a lesson of style. Me, I'm making my decision for the piece of the crown. When they try to put me up, always pulling me down. Spin a little rudder, just throw me off of the sound. I've been at it for a while, coming easier now. Ain't gotta worry about applause, I can do without. Strength to power, blessings hours, give you flowers. Never know the time or hour, death is sour. Milk spilled, clouded cowards, rotten power, leaving it to be devoured. That's the uppers down, and you can scream louder. No one talking sheep, they want a grain of towers. Get a bigger head so you can puff up prouder. I'ma keep my peace and rest on my voucher. Ay. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been moving sideways. I've been needing my space, nah, I've been keeping my pace. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been moving sideways. I've been needing my space, nah, I've been keeping my pace. I've been trying to develop my style. Heard the Haitian things pop ears are gone rounds. Those sounds and no heads started coming around. Co-signed the co-air, the co-open accounts to bounce the town. Wicked found to break ground. It's like the dividends depend on young mouths to spit trauma and false models. The game's down. Taking the young rapper to gray mouse. So I can be around and so what they reap in the game wanna keep my soul. If you seen what I seen, then the scene is old. You gotta pump fake streams just to get the gold. I knew it so. Better I'ma break the mold. While they fishing for attention, I'ma ride the boat. Deep in, deep down, I'ma make it known. I'm rising up for a change, I'ma take us home. We got to go, following the narrow road, it's lock and load. I'ma let the spirit go and stop to go. Talk to I'm pawn unknown, and a king without a kingdom, and I know I'm whoa. And to the ones who been blaming, and to the ones who been hating, and to the ones who been claiming Christ and standing right, no they can never take your life. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been moving sideways. I've been needing my space, yeah, I've been keeping my pace. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been moving sideways.
Back here at Eagle Field, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Dante Martinez stays on the mound for the Rangers, and he'll face off against the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Eagle lineup. Connor Young, Caleb McDougal, and Gavin Smith. Connor Young steps in. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch misses for ball 1. Young was at bat when Cade Erickson was caught stealing, trying to steal third. Starts anew, 1-0 count. Now make it 2-0 to the junior designated hitter in this ball game. Connor Young back in. Walked and scored a run in the first, singled and stranded in the second, and an RBI single in the third. And a single past the glove of Dante Martinez on the whirl around into center field. A leadoff base hit for Connor Young, his 3rd of the ball game. 4th hit allowed by Martinez in his inning plus of relief work. But Connor Young started pitching in the last game and struggled from the plate in the ball game. Went 0 for 4, but has righted the ship here in the DH role here in the second game of the day. 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI for Connor Young. Caleb McDougal steps in, 2 for 3 in the ball game. Throw over to first, not in time as Connor Young dives back in. McDougal, an RBI single in the first, struck out in the second, and an 2 RBI single in the third. As he steps in here to face Martinez. The first pitch to McDougal will come after another throw over to first base. Connor Young dives back in safely. Martinez comes set. First pitch to McDougal, swing and a miss, strike 1. 0-1 the count to the junior catcher, Caleb McDougal. On deck, Gavin Smith, the right fielder for Georgetown. Laura holds Young at first. Another throw over. Connor Young. And there comes the chatter out of the third base dugout. Caleb McDougal steps back in. Activity down the first base bullpen. The 0-1 pitch on the outside corner for called strike 2. 0-2 the count. Georgetown baseball next weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, San Antonio Comal Classic. We'll have all the games live here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting. The 0-2 pitch, base hit into right field. Caleb McDougal on fire today. Has a 3-hit ball game, a single to right field. Connor Young up to second base. McDougal his 3rd single of the ball game. I think I heard him just ask Connor Young why he didn't run. He's used to having RBIs every time he gets a base hit. But Young stops at second. And now Caleb McDougal will come out. Jack Kiki will come on to run. Courtesy runner for the catcher. And Gavin Smith will step in. Gavin Smith, 1 for 1 in the ball game. Hit by a pitch in the first, hit by a pitch with an RBI in the second, and then an RBI triple in the third. Steps in here with no outs and runners on first and second. Martinez from the first base side of the rubber will come set in the stretch. Gavin Smith in from the right side, ready to go. First pitch off the outside corner for ball 1. Hesitate to call the pitch with this home plate umpire because that outside pitch is a tricky one. 1-0 the count to Gavin Smith. Martinez comes set. The 1-0 pitch. That one misses low for ball 2. 2-0. If you're bored and want to see more sports, lacrosse going on to our left of the baseball field here on the campus of Georgetown High School. You want to see some awesome lacrosse. 3:30 the JV, and Big Tasty, one of the offensive linemen for Georgetown, plays on the JV lacrosse team. Gavin Smith sends one into left field. Julius G in to make the catch for out number 1. F7 in the book to retire Gavin Smith for the first out. And that'll bring up number 14, Zeke Hernandez. With 1 out and runners at first and second base here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Zeke steps in from the right side. Zeke 0 for 2 in the ball game. An RBI sac fly in the first, struck out in the second, popped out in the third, takes the first pitch for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Dante Martinez comes set in the stretch. Young off second. Kiki off first. The 0-1 pitch. Runners are off. Riss will throw down to third, but not in time. A double steal there. Puts 2 runners in scoring position at second and third. Connor Young into third base. Jack Kiki into second. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Zeke Hernandez. With Clayton King on deck for the Eagles. Infield in. The edge of the infield turf as the sun peeks out from behind the clouds. The 1-1 pitch. Misses low. Dear. Wow. That's all I can say on that strike call. Even some of the Clements parents are turning around going, giving you about a foot window there that ball was low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Zeke Hernandez. Lower and outside, ball 2. It's just tough you have to watch for his signal because I'm not sure what he's going to call. 2-2. This has been the most challenging home plate strike zone of the whole tournament that I've witnessed, but the Eagles battling through it. 2-2 the count. Zeke fouls it off at Coach Durrell. Does his best Olay impersonation to get out of the way. Fresh out of the Jordan Vieira School of Base Coach at Dodging. Hope you're listening, Jordan. Miss you, buddy. 2-2 remains the count to Zeke Hernandez as he battles here with 1 out and runners on second and third. The 2-2 pitch just misses low for ball 3. Now a full count. I think everyone was not sure what to expect out of that call. Connor Young at third. Chad Kiki at second. The infield in for the Rangers. 11-6. Georgetown by 5. Zeke Hernandez back in, waiting. The payoff pitch from Dante Martinez. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. On a breaking pitch, low and away for 2 outs. Second strikeout for Dante Martinez in relief. That'll bring up Clayton King, the senior left fielder. Struck out back in the 4th inning in his first plate appearance, subbing into the ball game. Steps back in here with 2 outs and runners at second and third in the bottom of the 5th inning. Martinez comes set. The first pitch to Clayton King. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 0-1 the count. Oh, 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. King takes it in there for a called strike 2. 0-2 the count. On deck, Jalen Hunter for the Eagles. Martinez comes set. The 0-2 pitch to Clayton King. Called strike 3. King down on strikes for out number 3 to end the bottom of the 5th. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base after 5 complete innings. 11-6, Georgetown leads it. We go to the top of the 6th when we come back. Eagle baseball continues in a moment.
Fly like an eagle, spit fire like a dragon. Make some mistakes, you won't keep me lacking. Already been through it, I ain't the one tapping. Let's see who's next up. Next up. It's just me and my passion. Hear all the talking, they seeing no action. We get to step on while they get the bag. And I'm with my brothers, what's happening? None of my enemies fast and biting my style and jacket. Dropping a storm, you best get the packet. Ain't no more fashion. When I pull up in tanks, that's a still wreaking havoc. Smell of an excellent young telepathy. Really on mine with these lines. Spinning on top, I am one of a kind. Prophecy for my design. Yeshua said I'll be with him in time. Not even dope on my level of high. I'm levitating on the rhymes. Spiritual meditation, ain't no kind of faces. We got blue in our eyes. Say we don't go. We suited up when we put on a show. Like, they want me for broke. I do it on one and making a toast. I could be doing the most. Yeah, submitted some jokes. I can see through them like ghosts. Yeah, do more than just float. I gotta fly like an eagle. Spit fire like a dragon. Make some mistakes. You won't keep me lacking. Already been through it. I ain't the one tapping. Let's see who's next up. Yeah, it's just me and my passion. Hear all the talking, they seeing no action. We get to step on my.
Back to the top of the 5th, top of the 6th inning we go. Had my glasses off. Couldn't see where we were. Some pitch comm issues between Caleb McDougal and the electronics. Coach Chad Payne will come out, fix the electronics for McDougal. Gavin Kelly on for his 2nd inning of relief work for the Eagles. Will face off against the 8-9-1 hitters. Dante Martinez will lead it off here in the top of the 6th for the Rangers. And now another issue here with the pitch comm system. So now, let's take a quick break while we wait for electronical repairs here at Georgetown's Eagle Field. Stay with us. Just joking. Glad you didn't go anywhere. They're going to go to the old-fashioned signals. No electronics here needed. In the top of the 6th inning. Gavin Kelly works from the windup from the first base side of the rubber. First pitch to Martinez. Popped up right side of the infield. But that'll curl back out of play off the top of the clamshell. If there's any glass sponsors out there, glass companies, that would like to advertise here on the First Responder broadcast, we would love to have you for the broken glass sound. It'd be perfect. Reach out to me. I appreciate it. Ground ball to short. Josue up with it from the shortstop side of second base. Makes the throw to Curtin at first in time to retire Martinez. 6-3 on the putout. Nice play there by Josue to Braden Curtin. Martinez retired for out number 1, Julius G. The left fielder steps in. Wearing number 20, the left-handed hitter steps in here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Gavin Kelly waits. It'd just be perfect to get us a glass sponsor for the glass broken for all the foul balls. Pop fly on the right side of the infield. Gavin Kelly will call for it and be clearly called off by Braden Curtin, who will make the catch for out number 2. P3 in the book to retire Julius G for the second out. And back to the top of the lineup we go. The Rangers will bring up number 3, Bo Semino, the center fielder. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. A single and a run scored in the first inning. Struck out in the second, singled and left stranded in the 4th. Steps in here with the bases empty and 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Kelly's pitch. Line drive hit out to left field, and it'll land in front of King on the run to his left for another base hit. Bo Semino, the leadoff man for the Rangers, 3 for 4 in the ball game. Reaches first base with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th, and that'll bring up a pinch hitter. It's number 12, Carter Bilodeau. He is the man that went in for Barnes. And he will hit here in the number 2 slot. Kelly from the stretch now. The first pitch to Bilodeau. Breaking pitch. Catches the inside corner for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count. Bilodeau ready to go. Kelly from the stretch. The 0-1. Ground ball hit out to short. Josue will charge. Catch. Flip to Hunter for the out at second base. And the Eagles are out of the inning here in the top of the 6th. 6-4 on the fielder's choice. And the Eagles are out of any trouble here in the top of the 6th. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on base. After 5.5 innings, 11-6, Georgetown leads it over Fort Bend Clements. Eagle baseball returns in a moment. Stay with us.
All the words have been spoken. Only music remains.
Son of a king, son of God. I'm a son of the king, a son of a son of a son of a son of a king, son of God, a son of a king, a son of a son of a son of a. It's capital R. I'm praising the Father. My life in the top. Meet me at the altar. I'm a son of the king, son of God, a son of a king. I'm son of a son of a son of a. I'm breaking the odds, I'm healing the scars, I'm giving my all. Glory to God, can't see where I'm going, the road is too far. We are the light, pierce in the dark, forever life, that's what I be on. Compelled to surrender when I saw the cross. Call on my mind, call on my heart, I put out my guard, don't care what it costs. The temperature rising, spirit is out in the world like a rising. My David Goliath, giants are following every time. The lamb is a lion, so put down your weapons, but word up be goddess. But word up be goddess. I feel like a prince, I'm feeling like son of a king, son of God. I'm a son of the king, I'm son of a son of a son of a son of a king, son of God, a son of a king, I'm son of a son of a son of a. It's capital R. I'm praising the Father. My life in the top. Meet me at the altar. I'm a son of the king.
Back live here at Eagle Field. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Another CSCT call to the bullpen. Construction specialists of Central Texas bring you all the pitching changes all season long live here on the First Responder broadcast. John and Lynn Crow, Jeremy and Rachel McDougall, proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Baseball. The first pitch to Jalen Hunter is a foul ball because he didn't drop the bat when he dropped his head to miss being hit by the pitch. It fouls off back to the backstop, 0-1 to count. Noah Diaz, senior right-hander, number 25 on to pitch for the Rangers. Jalen Hunter 1 for 1 in the ball game. The 0-1 pitch, ground ball, it's a foul ball. No, I thought it chopped off of him, but a beautiful play there by Tanner Garvin. I thought the way it spun off, it came off of Jalen Hunter for a foul ball, but it was hit into play. And Garvin fields it and throws the first in time to retire Jalen Hunter's 5-3 on the putout. For out number 1. And that'll bring up number 10, Braden Curtin. Braden 1 for 1 in the ball game. Came in to pinch hit in the fourth, stayed in defensively for the Eagles at first base. 1 for 1 with the run scored. Takes this one up and in for ball 1. 1-0 the count. On deck, Josue Hernandez for the Eagles. Here in the bottom of the sixth inning, leading 11-6 over Fort Bend Clements, the Rangers. The 1-0 pitch. Right down Main Street for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Martinez pitched 2 innings in relief for the Rangers. And now Diaz takes over here in the sixth. 1-1 pitch fouled off back to the screen. 1-1 the count to Braden Curtin. 1 out, the base is empty here in the bottom of the sixth. Noah Diaz works out of the windup from the first base side of the rubber. The 1-2 pitch to Curtin. Several people about hit the ground there. As Diaz fell to the ground, delivering the pitch. Braden Curtin saw a fastball flash across his eye sockets. 2-2. Braden's been hit many a times this weekend as well. Here early on in the season, pitchers are trying to hone it in. The howitzer there from Diaz just misses Curtin's noggin, and it's a 2-2 count. Skips in, ball 3. Now a full count to the senior first baseman, Braden Curtin. Well, what's weird is that's the second pitcher for the Clements Rangers has fallen in his delivery, but they're wearing the turf tennis shoes on this AstroTurf instead of cleats. And not getting any kind of traction, so they're slipping out from under him. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3 on that low outside corner. Curtin down on strikes looking for out number 2. First strikeout for Diaz. That'll bring up Josue Hernandez, the shortstop. 1 for 2 of the ball game. Popped out to first in the second. RBI single in the third and a sacrifice bunt in the fourth. First pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch, slap foul into the screen. 0-2 the count. Diaz back ready to go. Josue Hernandez behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Diaz works a quick bottom of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. After 6 complete innings, Georgetown 11. Clements 6. Eagle Baseball returns for the 7th inning when we come back. Stay with us. for the top of the 7th. Gavin Kelly will face off against the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. First pitch swinging down to third base. Zeke Hernandez fields the ground ball across the diamond in time to retire Tanner Garvin for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Gavin Kelly here in the top of the 7th. 5-3 on the putout. As pointed out by mi amigo Holden Tuma. The top of the 6th inning was the first time the Clements Rangers did not get their leadoff man aboard to start the inning. Lara check his swing. Did he go? And the guy's like, what are you talking about? I wasn't even watching down here on first base. 1-0 the count to Alejandro Lara, who's 1 for 1 in the ball game. The 1-0 pitch from Kelly. Misses low and inside for ball 2. I think the umpire got caught talking to the base coach. Didn't watch the check swing by Lara. 2-0 the count. Kelly from the windup, first base side of the rubber, the 2-0 pitch. Up and in, ball 3. Nothing good given here to Lara. He had an RBI sac fly in the first inning, a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning, and was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. Stands in here from the right side, the 3-0 pitch from Gavin Kelly. Thought it was down Main Street, but more of a gravel road type of pitch. Base on balls there. First walk issued by Gavin Kelly in relief here for his 3rd inning of work. So a 1-out base runner, and in steps Rayan Mustafa, the shortstop. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Singled and scored a run in the 1st. Grounded out to short in the 3rd and grounded into a 1-6-3 double play in the 5th inning. Kelly from the stretch. First pitch to Mustafa. Flare out to second base over the head of Hunter into right field. Quickly in was Gavin Smith. Throwing to second base to Hernandez just in time. Laura slid in to avoid the force out there. So a hit by Mustafa, his 2nd of the ball game, has runners aboard at 1st and 2nd with just 1 out. Here in the top of the 7th, in steps Michael Busby. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. Struck out looking in the 1st, struck out swinging 3rd, singled and left stranded in the 5th inning. The lefty steps in here. Kelly from the stretch. Look at second base. Swing and a miss, strike 1. On deck, the catcher, John Riss, for the Rangers. Kelly looks in and gets a sign from Caleb McDougal. The 0-1 pitch. In there for called strike 2. 0-2 the count. Georgetown looking to hold on and go 6-0 to start the season. Here at the Central Texas First Pitch Classic. Gavin Kelly trying to close this one out here in the top of the 7th. The 0-2 pitch. Misses up and away for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Six runs, 8 hits, no errors on the scoreboard for the Rangers. 11 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Eagles. The 0-2 pitch, 1-2 pitch, misses high and away. 2-2 now the count. I looked at the scoreboard. Somebody fell asleep. There they go. Somebody woke him up. 2-2 the count now. To Michael Busby. 1 out. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Here in the top of the 7th for the Rangers. Kelly comes set. The 2-2 pitch. Up high for ball 3. 3-2 the count. If there were activity in the Georgetown bullpen, we wouldn't know. It is inside the hitting facility down the third base line at the end of the dugout. So this may be Gavin Kelly's to run with here in his 3rd inning of relief. The payout pitch to Michael Busby. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good job by Kelly to come back and get Busby there for out number 2. And that will bring up number 23, John Riss. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. A 2 RBI single in the 1st. Flew out to left in the 3rd and lined out to 2nd in the 5th inning. 1 for 3 on the day. Steps in from the right side with 2 outs and a runner at 1st and 2nd base. methodical twirl of the bat. Gavin Kelly ready. A look at second base. The first pitch to Riss. Breaking pitch just misses inside for ball one. I thought it was a great pitch, too. Our crowd mic picking up all kinds of chatter today. On deck, Dante Martinez for the Rangers. Kelly a look at second base. The 1-0 pitch. That one just high for ball two. 2-0 the count. I say it in question form because I'm not sure. 2 balls, no strikes, I believe. There it is. To John Riss, the catcher. Runner at second and first. Mustafa at first. Lara at second. Ground ball hit to third. Zeke Hernandez to his left. He'll throw across the diamond in time. 5-3 on the putout to end the top of the 7th and end the ball game. Georgetown wins it 11-6 over the Fort Bend Clements Rangers to go to 6-0 on the young season. We'll take a quick timeout, head down to the field, talk to Coach David Durrell and your player of the game. Stay with us. Eagle Baseball continues in a moment. Back live here at Eagle Field. The Eagles go 6-0 in the first pitch classic. Coach Durrell, I've never seen it, so I don't even know what questions to ask. Wow, what an opportunity and what a performance by this team to go through 6 opponents and win in 6 different ways. A lot of effort here, especially the pitching performance in this one. You got a good relief out of Lawson Richter, one of our players of the game. But, man, up and down this lineup, whoever we inserted, action happening in the lineup, action happening in the field defensively. Talk about this tournament for your team, 6-0 to start the season.
It was a great weekend for the guys in blue. Guys came out, had some opportunities, took advantage of opportunities, and found ways to scrap and win tight games, found ways to put people away, and then found ways to get a lead and keep a lead and win that way. So it was a great weekend.
So you start a weekend like this. Now, how do you take this kind of building block for this team to start like this and build that and take that momentum into next week into San Antonio to another big tournament? We're going to play some good teams and keep that rolling to continue to develop the identity of this team.
Absolutely, it's going to take a great week of practice preparation for this weekend. Some good rest. It's tough to play 6 games in 3 days. It's tough on your body. The kids are going to recover, have a great week of practice, put on some new stuff for that we're just advancing every week, and stuff that we do. So just adding new stuff, making sure they understand the concepts, what we're doing, and then go out and do the same thing again next week.
6-0. I'll kick you out of here. Congrats, Coach. See you in San Antonio on Thursday. The Leaning Tower of Lawson right here with all the hats. Right, maybe about 10 or 11. This is a good one stack. Lawson, you come in there in the second inning and pitch a great job of relief to keep you guys in it, to allow this offense to start backing you. Talk about this performance, getting that call to come in right there at the start of that second inning, and what it felt like in that first time to get on the mound here in this tournament and perform today.
It felt great. I wasn't really expecting to come in that early, but it kept us in the game, and our players did a great job of bouncing back after a tough first inning, and we did good.
You go on the mound in a game like this, you find yourself down when you get the call earlier than expected. How much confidence does this pitching staff have in this defense behind them to continue to make plays, to let the ball be put into play, get the outs, and give this offense a chance to score?
Oh, we believe in everyone on this field. When I'm a pitcher, when I go up there, I'm just ready to throw strikes, and I believe everyone can make a play, get us out of here.
Any shout-outs before I cut you loose?
Shout out my catcher, Caleb McDougal. Also had a great hitting performance. Hell yeah.
It's Lawson Richter coming in today to freaking great relief effort. And then the McDukester. I tell you what, 3 for 4 on the day. A few RBIs in there. We even talked about it. It's just like I wondered if you were talking to Connor Young about that third hit, if he didn't just continue to run, because you expect RBIs on these base hits. But a job today. You get put behind the plate here in Game 6, but then do the job out in the field. A good bat this whole weekend, no matter where you were, DHing or behind the plate. Talk about that. Seems like the bat's swinging well early in the season here for you.
Yeah, it's getting good. Having those scrimmages helped out with a lot of those at-bats. And then just finding that confidence. A lot of them were 2-strike hits. So being confident in my 2-strike approach and focused on driving the ball the other way.
You guys continue to build the identity of this team with a great 6-game run through the Central Texas First Pitch Classic. How do you guys take this and continue to build on it through the week and get ready for this tournament in San Antonio next weekend?
Yeah, it's just preparation throughout this week and having safe travels, getting there good, and not letting this get to our head, because we know we're good, but we can't be overconfident, and we got to keep playing our game.
Shout-outs before I get you out of here?
Shout out our pitching staff today. Shout out our defense, all those guys coming in behind us, and shout out Georgetown Eagles. Let's go.
Caleb McDougal, one of your players of the game. The Eagles go undefeated in the First Pitch Classic, 6-0 this weekend. They'll take the week off early in the week, but travel down to San Antonio for the San Antonio Comal Classic Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you can't join us in San Antonio, join us live here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. We'll bring you all the games this weekend in San Antonio. Thanks for joining us this weekend. Georgetown wins another one, 11-6. Over Fort Bend Clements to go to 6-0 on the season. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good weekend, everybody.